was the promise? Genesis chapter 12 verse 2. Genesis chapter 12 verse 2. And remember, in Genesis there was no law of Moses. And I will make of thee a great nation. That's a promise. And I will bless thee and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. Next verse. Next verse. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee, and in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. Did you observe that when God was making promise to Abraham, the consistent word he used was I will, I will, I will. Now observe the writer of Hebrews, the way he will explain the New Testament. In the book of Hebrews chapter 8 verse number 10, please pay attention. Hebrews chapter 8 verse 10. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people. So in the New Testament, I will, I will, I will. What did God say to Abraham? I will, I will, I will. What about the Old Testament? Thou shalt not, thou shalt not, thou shalt not, thou shalt not. New Testament, I will, I will, I will. And that's the same thing God said to Abraham, because Abraham lived in the New Testament as a promise before Jesus came and died and fulfilled the promise and gave us the substance of the New Testament. So again, there was the promise, then the old covenant, which is the first covenant, which became the old covenant by the arrival of the New Testament. And in the New Testament, the responsibility is on God. In the Old Testament, the responsibility is on man. Old Testament, thou shalt not. New Testament, I will, I will, I will. Observe Hebrews chapter 8 verse 9. Please pay attention. Hebrews chapter 8 verse 9. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of Egypt, the old covenant, which was the first covenant, because that's the character or the spirit of the old covenant. Because they continued not, they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not. So old covenant, you do, I do. New covenant, I will, I will, I will. You have no part to play, because the new covenant is epagelia, or God's personal unconditional commitment to fulfill his word. Now observe again the new covenant. Genesis 15 verse 6. Pay attention. Genesis chapter 15 verse 6. And he believed in the Lord. What did he do? He believed. And what was the outcome? And he counted it to him for righteousness. How did Abraham become righteous? He believed. Believed what? The promise that God made to him. What is the New Testament? I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Christ. It is the power of God unto salvation to everyone that believes, to the Jew and also to the Greek. Romans 1:16. For therein is the righteousness of God revealed. Where? From faith to faith. New Testament, righteousness by faith. You believe you're righteous. Old Testament, righteousness by works. Righteousness by performance. Righteousness predicated on human action. How do we know that? Romans chapter 10 verse number 5. Please pay attention. Romans chapter 10 verse 5. For Moses, the law was given by Moses. For Moses describeth the righteousness which is of the law. Righteousness of the law. How does it function? That the man which doeth those things. So the law is about a man doing something. The man which doeth those things shall live by them. What about the righteousness of the New Testament? Next verse. Romans chapter 10 verse 6. But the righteousness which is of faith speaketh. The righteousness of the New Testament is not doing something. It is confessing in agreement with what God has done. Please pay attention. So the Old Testament was the law of Moses. So question, why did Moses give them a law? Because we're going to get into the details of that tonight. Matthew chapter 19 verse 3, Jesus explains. Please pay attention. Matthew chapter 19 verse 3. The Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him and saying unto him, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? Next verse. And he answered and said unto them, have you not read anaginosko? Have you not read the word? Have you not read in the Greek is anaginosko? It means, are you not reading intelligently? Are you not paying attention to what you're reading? Have you not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female? Next verse. And said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh. Next verse. Wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore God had joined together, let no man put asunder. Verse 7. They say unto him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement and to put her away? Why did Moses give them the law? Look at the answer Jesus gave. Next verse. He saith unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wives. But from the beginning, it was not so. That was not the plan of God. It was not so from the beginning. Moses only responded to the state of your heart. Moses only granted you your wish.